Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Travel Spin. My name is Ariel, and welcome to day 4 of my vacation vlog series here in Disney World. I hope you guys are ready for some adventure because we are going to Animal Kingdom Park.
Your magic finger, please. Bippity boppity bip.
Nice.
Have a wild magical time, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Animal Kingdom Park is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and even though I wasn't here on the exact date that it reopened, they are still having a bunch of unique character meet and greets that you can check out. Like, I just got to see Thumper, and it made my day. He's so cute. I have never been able to see Thumper before. I know he comes out during Easter time, but I've never been at one of the parks during the actual time that Easter is. So that was super cool and unique, and I hope to find more unique experiences like that today. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a little deer here. There it is, right there. I think you call this a munchin deer. I'm not 100% sure about the name, but according to the plaque here, which I'll show you right now, they let out a warning bark when there's a tiger close approaching. And they come from the northern part of India. Another fun thing about Animal Kingdom Park is there are plenty of trails and pathways to get lost in and learn more about animals.
Last time.
Something else you can do in Animal Kingdom is become a wilderness explorer. You get the handbook. They have places all over the park for you to learn things about animals and certain other conservation efforts. And then you can come back when you've completed all the challenges and get a cool sticker that proves that you are now officially a wilderness explorer, and it's for free. I did this last time I was here and it was so much fun.
Would like, and if you're walking by and wondering what's going on, this is Winged Encounters. Hello, and you're more than welcome to stop on by. The show is not over yet, but just about. But the best part is yet to happen. So come on in and get your cameras out. Now, while working here at Animal Kingdom, we all have the incredible opportunity to work alongside many different species of animal from around the world that have their own conservation success story, and macaws are no different. With the species we work with, the blue-throated macaw, there is estimated to be fewer than 500 individuals left in the country of Bolivia. And although that is a scary low number, it's not all bad news. We're working with an amazing organization called the World Parrot Trust. So to reintroduce blue-throated macaws back out into wild places to one day hopefully fill the sky with these amazing birds. Now, how magical would it be to see a sky that is filled with macaws? A sight you may never get to see in your life. That is something you can see here, and all you have to do is take a look at the sky. Keep your eyes to the sky, friends. The birds are navigating the wind right now. They're doing such a good job, though. You check right behind us. We have blue-throated macaw here. This is Toulouse. He represents one of the rare species of macaw that you can find in wild places today. Right here we have Catalina. This is a great green macaw. There's fewer than 1,000 of them found out in Costa Rica today. Critically endangered species as well. And another one here that is Delilah, a red-fronted macaw. They are also found out in Bolivia with fewer than 600. fun here. You can help animals just like these by recycling and donating to your favorite conservation fund. We'll help people out in wild places that are doing conservation action with these amazing animals. We have some blue totem class up in that tree over there. Those birds are brand new to this show, and hopefully they'll be joining us very soon. Although they did come in quick, keep your phones and cameras up. We're going to see if these birds that we have here would get some food real quick, and then we'll likely see them take flight. Thank you very much for that for 215 and 315 weather. See you later, everyone.
Thank you for joining us for Winged Encounters.
So happy I got to catch the wings of flight. All those macaws are beautiful. I think I did that last time I was here, but I can't remember. Either way, it was perfect timing. I bought my hat, I walked out of the gift shop, I took a picture in front of the tree with my family, and then all of a sudden the show started. So that was perfect timing. Now we are on our way to Pandora because it is time for our lightning lane. That was, it starts at 1:30 and it's 1:29, so it's perfect time to go to the world of Pandora. The floating mountains are so impressive. Plus, you have all of this lush foliage as if you've actually entered the world of Avatar. Avatar Way of Water just came out a few months ago, and I actually haven't seen it yet. I was actually saving up money to go on this trip, so I had to prioritize what movies I saw in theater, and I didn't see Avatar Way of Water, and I probably will regret it after I watch it at home, but that's okay. The first one was really good. I got to see that in theaters, so that's cool enough. Also, Disney has announced that Disneyland will be getting its own Avatar experience. And first people thought it was just going to be some kind of a show or exhibit, but the gears are in motion. It looks like they might actually build a whole land there. So very exciting. It might have to do with Avatar Way of Water. We will have to see. Like I said, the theming here is amazing. It is so detailed, down to every paint stroke, down to every prop department setup. Oh my gosh. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a huge like stage production, staging kind of a geek, so this kind of thing is totally up my alleyway. That's why I love Animal Kingdom Park so much. It's got the absolute best theming in all of Disneyland, and all in the whole United States actually, I think. Probably Disneyland Paris has better theming. And of course the one in Japan from what I've seen in the videos, but I have never been there in person. Someday I hope to. And the background is amazing too here in Pandora. You have all the waterfalls and the beautiful foliage up there in the mountains. It makes this place look even bigger than it actually is. I will not be filming on this attraction, so I will see you on the other side. Flight of Passage is always a good time, so much fun. It's like a simulator ride, but it sure doesn't feel like it. It feels pretty real, the way that the machine that you sit on like a bike breathes under you as if it's a banshee. It's really, really fun. Expedition Everest looks like only about a 35-minute wait, and I think that's as good as it's going to get because it's pretty crowded here today. So we are going to go on Expedition Everest. Along the way to Expedition Everest, I'm going to take a shortcut through the Tree of Life grotto. This will get you closer than ever to the Tree of Life. You can see the amazing carvings much closer, and you can hear the roaring waterfall, which is my favorite part about this place. Tree of Life is another one of those things for me as a 90s kid that is pure nostalgia. Back in the 90s, they had these things called VHS tapes, and in the VHS tapes, they would have these little advertisements for Disney World. And one day, I don't remember if it was Aladdin or what, but I picked up a VHS tape, and in the beginning of it, they had a commercial for the new Animal Kingdom Park that they were building, and it didn't even have an opening date quite yet, I don't think, but they were advertising for it. And every time I watched that videotape, I would see that ad, and it started with the Tree of Life inside a little jar, and then it was touched with Tinkerbell, like a little pixie dust, and boom, the tree exploded, and animals came flying out, and they were like, coming soon, Animal Kingdom Park in Disney World. And for me, the Tree of Life is right up there with the nostalgia, just like the Jurassic Park logo that I talked about in my Universal Studios Orlando video. So yeah, the Tree of Life and I, in my mind, go way back. And when I first came here when I was 16, it met my expectations, and they have done so much more to improve the park over the years. And just Animal Kingdom Park is my all-time favorite. The conservation effort too that they do for all the animals is very important to me. So it just fits my 90s heart and my love for animals all in one package. Oh my gosh, there's lemurs over there. Does anyone else here who watch 90s shows remember Zaboomafoo? Reminds me so much of Zaboomafoo right now. That's another 90s thing, but lemurs also hold a special place in my heart. Here is a much closer look at the lemur family. They are so cute. It's getting hot here in the afternoon, so a lot of the animals are taking a nap, but that's okay. They're allowed to do whatever they want. Okay, so change of plans. I'm still going on Expedition Everest later, but I am starving. So we are going to check out Yack and Yeti, which is a place I've never been to, but I've always wanted to eat at. And why not? Because we're here. So Yack and Yeti is next, and then we'll go on Expedition Everest. We're also going to hit up the Kilimanjaro Safari. We might end up doing that one first because I believe that closes earlier than the park, and I want to make sure I get my chance to see some animals. Even though it's hot and they're probably taking a nap, but that's okay. Still a very fun and educational ride. To get to the Yack and Yeti restaurant, you have to enter through Asia. Now this is where you're going to really see the Imagineering effort kick up a whole other level, because they went all out in creating these spaces that look very close to the zones and areas that they were trying to mimic and recreate. There it is, looming in the distance. I don't know if you guys can see it. Expedition Everest is right through those trees. I will be going to say hi to the Yeti eventually after I get some food. It is a Saturday when I'm here at Animal Kingdom Park, so it is extremely crowded from the last time I was here, but I'm still enjoying my time. I don't let crowds bother me too much. I'm not that kind of person. All right, it's time to be seated at our table. I'm so excited to eat here, and it's hot, so I could use some AC. My drink, the Yak Attack. It looks delicious. It's way bigger than I thought it was going to be as well. It's got rum in here, so I'm going to be excited to see what this tastes like. Oh, it's slushy. It's slushy. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't really read on, I just was reading what was in it. I didn't read that it was going to be slushy. Oh, that's really good. I love that. That tastes great. I'm going to get a brain freeze though. Every time I drink anything cold, I get brain freezes, but it's worth it because that's delicious. I just took a bite of the pot stickers. I thought it was filming, but I wasn't. But oh my gosh, that tasted so good. There's a really good like sauce that you can dip in. I don't even know what kind of sauce it is, but this tastes delicious. It's so good. I thought I was filming that first bite, but oh man, these are so good. Okay, so I'm going to be eating with my left hand, so this is going to be a little bit awkward. I'm going to try the lobster first. I have not had lobster in forever, so we're going to find out how this tastes. Get some butter. That is really, really good. The vegetables are really good too. There's some kind of sweet sauce on top of them. They're delicious. So I ordered my steak medium. It was really easy to cut. Delicious. My lunch at Yack and Yeti was delicious. It started pouring while we were inside the restaurant and then it just let up out of nowhere. So now everything is sticky and it's gross out here. That's one thing you have to get used to in Florida. Everything is nasty and my camera lens keeps fogging up. So I have a cloth here and I keep wiping it periodically to get the fog off. So I am going on a safari. So we're going to keep going into Africa to get on Kilimanjaro Safari. I love Animal Kingdom Park so much. Even though it has just rained and it's super humid, they have all these hidden waterfalls and pathways. And it's beautiful to look at the Tree of Life. But the theming, as I keep saying, is gorgeous. All right, so if you keep going, if you're standing facing the tree on the left side, there is Africa. So what I did was I crossed the bridge, went through Asia, and now I am in Africa. Oh, after it just poured, this is a great time to come here. It's really cleared out and there's tons of photo ops. You can get all kinds of cool pictures. Oh, this is really cute for your Instagram pictures if you're into that kind of thing.
Hello everyone, my name's Hannah. I'm going to be your safari guide this evening. I do have a few quick safety reminders before we head into the reserve. Please make sure we're keeping hands, arms, feet, and legs in the vehicle, and of course stay seated at all times. Little ones are allowed to be on laps so long as they sit and stay there the entire time we're out. Of course, we are going to be entering animals' homes today, and it's very important to be respectful of them. So as we head through, please refrain from making any animal sounds, whistling, clapping, things like that to get their attention will actually have the opposite effect, and I'd like to make sure that we all get the best view we can today. And as we head down, we are going to have a really great view of a black rhino. Now these are going to be the smaller of the rhino species at the reserve. They're typically around 3,000 pounds once they're fully grown. And they are a solitary animal, so they prefer to live alone. We can actually see him eating right now. If you take a look at his upper lip, it's in the shape of a triangle. And that helps them scoop things up, kind of like an ice cream scooper. We also see a few more greater kudu, and you may notice that both of those animals have a little bit of light striping on their sides. Off to our left-hand side here, we do have a bloat, or a group of hippos as well. Now, hippos are a semi-aquatic animal. They can hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time. They can even fall asleep completely submerged underwater, and they don't have to wake up to come back up for air. Now coming up on our left-hand side, we are going to have some Nile crocodiles. Crocodiles have the ability to be incredibly strong and incredibly gentle at the same time. They are strong enough to take prey that's larger than they are, things zebra or antelope sized, but they're gentle enough to roll their eggs around in their mouth without breaking them, and that action helps them hatch. You might even see it in action over here. There it is. Their tongues are also going to be 18 inches in length, and that is long enough for them to lick their own eyeballs. When we see a group like this, a giraffe, we can call that group a tower. have a flap of skin underneath their neck there. That's called a dewlap. Other animals will have that as well, including some species of zebra. And that uses beehive fences to protect farms. That way, if an elephant does get too close to a farm and they touch the fence, the bees will buzz and the elephants will be encouraged to go the other direction. And in Kenya, that's been about 80% successful so far. Now, these are one of 6 species of flamingos in the world. They're going to be the tallest and the least pink. They get their coloration from their diet as well, which is going to be mostly brine shrimp. That brine shrimp is much smaller than the shrimp that humans eat. Because of that, flamingos are filter feeders. Inside their beak, they have a little comb, kind of like a pasta strainer, and that allows them to separate water and debris from the food that they want. But it still takes them around 2 years to change colors. They'll be born gray first, they'll turn white, and then over time they'll turn pink. Now, because the road is a little bit flooded in some places, folks, it is pretty bumpy out here, especially from this point on, so keep a tight hold on any belongings. But take a look up to your left-hand side there. All the way on top of the second highest rock, there is going to be an African lion up there. Now, lions are a nocturnal animal, so during the day it's very common to see them sleeping or resting like we see here. During nighttime hours, though, the females will get up and hunt, whereas the males will stay back to protect the pride. And they're incredibly territorial as well. So their way of establishing a territory to protect is by vocalizing. Having different elevations can be very important for them. As they stand on top of them, they can vocalize so that everyone else hears them, and their calls can be heard about 5 miles away. Now, as we head around this side, we are going to get a pretty good view of the females in the area as well. Now, they can spend a full 16 to 20 hours of their day just resting.
Kilimanjaro Safari is fun and you learn a ton. It was very bumpy because there was just a huge rainstorm before I went on it, so the path was quite more muddy than usual, so I hope the footage came out okay. But the good news is the lightning has left and Expedition Everest is back up for only a 30-minute wait, which, considering how busy it's been today, that's not bad at all. So we are going to go on it. I think they changed some rules. I brought a GoPro with a hand strap just in case to see if I'm allowed to film on it. If not, I will describe the ride to you afterwards. So let's walk over to Expedition Everest. This is so cool, right in front of Rafiki's Planet Watch. Cast members made a train out of flowers and plant matter. How cute. There it is, Expedition Everest. All right, it's time to say hi to the Yeti. And
Attention Expedition Everest team.
that Expedition Everest is 15 years old. I'm looking at the 15th anniversary merchandise. I went on this back when I was 16 and it was relatively new then. So I feel so old. I just turned 31. Oh my gosh, I feel old. Before I leave, I just wanted to stop by DinoLand and see what it looks like right now. There's rumors that it's going to be changing someday soon. This is very dated now, and there was a coaster over here that they took out, I think, last year. So everything is coming to an end here, and someday dinosaur will probably be over. But for now, it's still here, and they're still cute, and it's going to be kind of sad. Yep, DinoLand will be no more someday, probably sooner rather than later. They have switched up the Imagineering game. Bob Iger's back. I'm sure this land will become something new and fun, but this was kind of a cool 90s vibe hangout zone, so it will be sad to say goodbye to the dinosaurs once they leave. But for now, I'm glad that I got them on camera and say hi to some friends before they leave for good. I'll probably be back before the end, before they're completely gone, but I just wanted to stop by just in case because things are moving fast, you never know. Wow, the sunset is gorgeous. It's this pinky color right now, and it looks so pretty over here in Animal Kingdom. And the lighting has turned on. The park is closing in a couple minutes, so I'm just going to try to get some nighttime shots before I leave. But this is beautiful. Well, it has started raining pretty good here, so I think we're going to call it a day. And I've also switched to my GoPro, so I hope that everything is good. It's 7:30 right now. The park closes at 8. So since there's only 30 minutes left and it has just started to rain, I'm going to call it a day, go back to my hotel and rest up because tomorrow we are going to Hollywood Studios. We're gonna go on Slinky Dog Dash for the first time. I'm going to hit up an old favorite, which is Tower of Terror. And I'm hopefully gonna hang out in Batu a little bit while we're there. And of course, we're going to see the one and only Fantasmic. The Fantasmic dragon actually over in Disneyland caught fire in a very dramatic scene. The whole thing burned up. So I hope that they'll be able to fix that dragon soon, and that way we can enjoy it in Disneyland next time I go back. But luckily the dragon here at Hollywood Studios is still up and running and it never caught on fire, so there's that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today on Travel Spin. I hope you guys had a magical, fantastic day, and I hope to see you guys real soon. I think today was a lot better. My pain management was way better today. That's kind of how it is. I just live with some days I'm good, some days I'm not so good. But today I felt like was a good day, and I hope that I showed you guys around, gave you guys some really cool footage, and we checked out some theming, which was really fun. So anyway, if you liked today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Just let me know that you liked the video. Even if you don't, that's okay. I hope you have a great day, and please consider subscribing so you can check out more videos from me. I will be continuing to do these vlogs more often now that I'm feeling better. So again, thank you guys so much. I'll see you in tomorrow's video in Hollywood Studios. Bye everybody.